everyone. Welcome to Whack Comics. I'm here with my co-host, as always, Tyler. How you going, man?
Oh my gosh, yes!
This is amazing. I just want everyone to know this wouldn't happen on anyone else's stream.
No, it would not. Oh my god, it would be frowned upon by most people.
Only the best content over here.
Hey, we go live.
Oh, wow.
And earthquakes happen.
No, you're not.
Oh shit.
Oh, well, it's about that time of the show, right?
Oh, must be. Hey, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Hello everyone, welcome to Whack Comics. I'm here with my co-host as always, Tyler. How you going, man?
I'm going so good. How you going?
I'm in pain. I'm in a lot of pain, to be honest.
Yeah. You told me that. You're back. You hurt your back.
My back, I hurt my back. I sneezed like an old man. Now my back is sore.
But you're going to sit still and have no pain during this show.
Yeah, because comics make no pain. If you've ever read a comic book, you know this. If you've read a comic book, you know that you won't get any more pain. It's okay.
Yeah, obviously. When people get punched in comics, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. And you know that the guy that actually told me about this was our guest today. Should we bring him in?
Yeah.
All right.
Almost like Disney might have started a global pandemic just to make sure one of their movies didn't flop. Oh, that's so good every time.
That was the best comment of the night. I knew as soon as I saw you say that, I had to make that.
How you going, Ryan? How's your back?
I'm going pretty good. My back's all right. My wife is having some of her own back pain, so I can at least empathize. It's all right. She didn't ask about your back pain either, so fair, you know.
I'm glad we're on an equal playing field. Your wife and I feeling the same about each other.
Let's all hurt together.
Yeah.
We're
Everybody
excited
hurts.
to finally have you come and whack him too. It's going to be a good time.
I'm excited to be here.
Sorry?
Is this a first appearance, or I guess I've been on the channel before, but
No, you've been on for the giveaway.
cameo
appearance.
And,
That was
and
first
he came
cameo.
on, and he came on for a silent reading time too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's
Two
true.
cameos.
So, 2 cameos, but this is the first full appearance.
You're like Dark Side. You're the dark side of Whack Comics.
Your first one would have been like a full cameo because you didn't say anything. You just
Yeah, that's true. You didn't talk.
It
That
was,
is a
yeah.
true cameo.
Yeah.
Boom! Look at
And
that.
then the second one, you did talk, but it wasn't a full appearance because I don't know, because that's how CGC.
I wasn't there for the full segment. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
for the full hour or whatever.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just made like a 20-minute appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say hello to some people that we got in the chat here before we get on to our first segment of the day. We got Soul Twice. How you going, Soul Twice?
What's up?
Ignacio, how you going? You came to see Ryan go for broke. Is that what you said, Ryan?
You're
You didn't
going
say
for
anything.
broke?
That was in my Instagram post. Yeah.
Well, I wonder
Brian,
what that
that's what you
means.
Cosmic
Yeah. That's what you do
Campfire.
when you make it big time, right?
Yeah.
Go big
I
or go
guess
home.
no. If this is big time.
Oh my God, it's one of my favorite channels. Come on now.
We appreciate it, man.
Thanks, yeah. My best mate Louis, how are you going?
What's up, Louis?
Fucking
Yeah.
Austin LeMay, your piece was so impressive, dude. That you're
Yeah,
trying
man.
C3 and dude, Chip taking it for 600, chopping his penis on the table and saying, "Yeah, it's this big." It was a good time. I couldn't believe that. But dude, that piece was amazing. And just like if you missed the first 10 hours of C3, just go back and have a quick scan through to see the process of that fucking drawing because it was so good.
Yeah,
Right.
it turned out amazing. I can't
Yeah,
wait
man.
to get a print of it.
Yeah, you were talking a lot of shit too. You bought a frame and everything. You wanted that one, didn't you?
So, do you want me to break down my thoughts on what I was? Okay, so
Wait, let's finish
Okay,
saying hello
okay.
to everyone.
Okay.
Did anyone else that we've missed? I think
What's up, Ignacio?
we've
He
I
absolutely
think we've
did.
hit everyone.
He was gonna
I
tell the
thought
full
you
story,
know-
but Ignacio pretty much summed it up. So
So I was going. I thought it would go for around 500, but I was gonna go up to 7. And when I bid my 555 and Chip did 6, he did my strategy. Always just jump the gun. So my next bid was either going to be 650 or 700. And I thought if I bid 650, he would go above it. So I was going to go 7. But I decided that I thought Chip would go above it. So I would basically be making Chip pay more when he was already going to win it, and I wasn't going to go over it. So I just decided to let him have it at 6. I mean, he would have had it either way. He just would have had to pay more. So that was my thought.
Once it got to 600, I was like, he's not going to go any higher, or else he might end up in a divorce.
No, I was going to go 7, but I just thought Chip would go above 7, and I didn't want to make Chip pay that when he was already going to win at 6.
All right, fair enough.
That was my
anyway.
thought.
It was huge anyway.
Either way, insane.
Either way, it doesn't even matter. It was fucking
insanity,
huge. Dude. Just the effort by everyone involved on C3 was fucking crazy. Yes. I was there for 7 hours with my back hurt, and Tyler was there for a long, long time as well. But,
yeah, I took off like for what 3 or 4 hours. When I said I'd be gone a few minutes, and then I came back and then never left. But it was crazy.
Let's do top 3.
Top 3, top 3, top 3, top 3. Yeah, top 3.
I'm gonna go first because it's really easy. I haven't read anything again this week. This 2 weeks in a row, I haven't read a thing.
What?
I know. I wanted to get into this fucking Wolfman hardcover over the last couple of days, but it's just fucking heavy, man. Like holding it in my hand with my back being sore at the moment as well. I need to, I don't know. And we're in lockdown too, so I haven't been able to pick up my new single issues to fucking be able to read anything new. But I've still got shit to read. I'm just fucking being in pain and being lazy at the same time. I don't know, lazy pain, lazy.
I feel like when you're in pain, it's easier to be lazy, I guess, just because it's like that's all you can think about.
Yeah. So that's my top 3 this week. I've read fucking nothing. And I started watching Lovecraft Country last night. Is it Country or Country? Yeah.
What is that?
You've seen it?
That
Ryan?
HBO show. I haven't seen any of it. I remember when it was airing though.
It's like an episode and a half, and I'm going to use that as my top 3 because it's something I watched instead. And it was good. It started out with fucking like this Cthulhu and shit going crazy, big war. There you go. That's my top 3. Do you want to go next, Ryan? You get next, Ryan. I don't want to hear Tyler yet.
Yeah. So I've been pretty busy these last several weeks, so I really didn't get to read a lot. What I can tell you though, number 1 easily. Superman, Son of Kal-El. That book was incredible. It's probably going to be one of my favorite first issues of the year, just because the way Tom Taylor laid it out, like it was a perfect first issue. If you only pick up that issue, you know exactly what the book is about, what the characters are about, what the mission statement is, what the objective is, and whether or not you want to read it month to month, or if you want to wait and binge read it, or if you don't ever want to touch it again. So that's definitely my number 1. I also read Action Comics. It was not like the most amazing issue, but they're still like building all this setup, and everything before it and everything that's leading up to really has my focus and my interest. So that's definitely a strong read for this week. And Teen Titans Academy was okay. I wasn't super impressed with that one, but it was better than the other book I read, which was... I don't remember. Oh, Something is Killing the Children 18. I was very disappointed in that issue. So that's kind of like the 3-4 books that I read this week. But yeah, definitely
why
Superman,
were you disappointed in that
one? Something is Killing the Children.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of ambiguity as to what was going on and like what seemed to be the key scene in that issue. And then everything around that was just like nothing. We really didn't get a lot of content out of that issue. So I was kind of disappointed. It just wasn't. This 16 and 17 and 18 really just haven't impressed me with where they're going, and I feel like either there's a lot of stuff that we missed in the Free Comic Book Day issue that hasn't dropped yet, you know. So maybe it would be stronger if that had come out. But what we know right now, these 3 issues haven't really impressed me that much.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's kind of like Firepower in a way where I feel like we're not getting a ton, but I'm enjoying it more than I did Firepower. I don't know. It's such a hard one for me to gauge because I still like it, but I agree with the people that don't. So
Yeah.
it's really weird for me.
I think 16 and 17, I felt like that. Like I still enjoyed them, even though it felt kind of fluffy, you know. But issue 18, it just felt like a whole lot of nothing happened, and what did happen wasn't really that well defined as far as like the art and explaining what was going on.
That scene, it felt like there was 2 pages missing.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea what happened in that scene at all. I'm assuming we'll find out next issue, but if we don't find out next issue, then it's like that was a waste.
Yeah, I do hope there's a retroactive explanation as to why we didn't understand what was happening there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the Free Comic Book Day issue was supposed to give us, because we've seen the guy from Boom Studios, Voss Ritchie, whatever his name is. He pops up on YouTube channels and he keeps trying to say like the Free Comic Book Day issue is supposed to like kind of contextualize what we're learning about right now. So maybe there's something in that issue that explains that whole ritual a little better, and so we weren't really supposed to see it all. But, you know, they had originally planned for Free Comic Book Day back in May, and then they went ahead and pushed it back to August. So things are kind of out of whack with that right now. So it'll be interesting to see how that issue helps the series overall.
Yeah, I feel like we're very distant from that very first issue of Something's Killing the Children, where I was just so sucked in.
Yeah,
but it doesn't have the same feel anymore.
Okay.
Like I was just sucked into that, and then I want to say it was the next issue or 2 issues after that. Maybe it was issue 3 where Erica went like chainsaw shopping, and it was kind of funny, and it was just a very different issue, and I really loved that issue too.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't feel that way anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of been what I've been saying about this current arc is like, it's just not the direction I would have went with this. Focusing only on Erica's origin story to me is a little bit of a loss, because it kind of like, one, it kind of gets rid of James, and he was our like window character into the world. So like, who's supposed to be bringing us into the world now? We just kind of feel like outsiders as the viewers. Mm-hmm. And for me, like, I would have done parallel storylines where Erica is training James in this like unorthodox way, and then she's kind of explaining to him and flashing back to her origin story. And so you're kind of splitting that time instead of just focusing only on her storyline, because it doesn't seem like there's truly quite enough there to be the full content for this current arc. It's just way too drawn out.
Yep, that's exactly how I feel. They should have done parallel.
Your top 3 times, Tyler?
All right, my top 3. Detective Comics 1040. Bruce Wayne turns himself in, and we get like some master plan of the Penguin, and there's this new villain. Detective Comics is literally only getting better, and it's never been bad. It's been good for like the last, God, how many issues? Maybe over 100. I think I've been reading it for over 100 issues now. And it's been good the entire time. Like maybe a handful. I think the worst was the lead up to 1000, because it just kind of hit the brakes. What?
I said I haven't heard you talk about it once.
Yeah, that's because I don't read it. But it's been really good for about 100.
It is. It's a really solid burn. Like it never blows my mind, but it also never disappoints me.
I think it's coming up to potentially blowing our minds, though. Like, we're getting a big story coming up.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we're going to really take off here. Superman Son of Kal-El #1. We already talked about that a little bit. I fucking loved it. I remember, I think it was Burke that said he didn't really like it. He might have been the only person that said that.
He was like, I wish Superman would have punched something.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I'm hoping I guess that the story progresses. I guess I don't really give a shit because Tom Taylor just knows what the fuck he's doing. So keep doing that, Tom Taylor.
Mhm.
I read Berserker number 4. We get more Berserker fighting in the past, and it was bloody, and the action was really cool. And I don't really care about what's happening. I did you read that? I'm assuming you didn't.
No,
Ryan.
I've only read the first issue of Berserker.
Yeah, it was all right. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't care
I've
about
heard
the past
pretty
stuff.
consistently poor reviews of this 4th issue, and people are kind of saying the same thing as you right now. Everybody's like, I don't know, I don't even care anymore. Like all the hype
Yeah.
is kind of burned off on it.
Yeah, that first issue was like super cool. I thought the action was fun, and I thought we would go on from there. But ever since the first issue, we've just gone way back. We've just gone in the wrong direction. It's like,
Yeah.
why? What are we doing? Robin number 4. I think it was my least favorite issue of Robin so far, but it was still all right. Like I'm liking the whole story arc that he's on this island fighting and stuff. So it's gonna be good, I think, in the end of the after it's all said and done. And I think this issue might even get called back to because he like meets with Ra's al Ghul and gets some tips from him. So it probably was an important issue. It was just a little bit boring. Strange Adventures number 11. I have not loved Strange Adventures, but this issue was fucking amazing, honestly. I don't know how to even feel about this story because I think it's been really, really bogged down. I think it's told in a really shitty way. And it has some scenes, some explanatory scenes that are like, if this was in a movie, this would be terrible. And it doesn't work in comics, but for some reason it works a little bit better, so people like it. It's bad. But the story as a whole is amazing. I don't know. I wish this story was given to somebody that was a better writer. It's like the Tom King has an idea and it's perfect, but he doesn't know how to get the point across. That's just how I feel about this one, but it's still really
He's
good.
too extra.
I don't know what he's doing. Beyond the Breach number 1. Beyond the Breach was one of my favorite number 1s of the year. Possibly my favorite number 1 so far. Did you read that one, Ryan?
No, I still need to read that one, but it's definitely on my list.
Yeah, it's really simple, I guess. It's like this lady is breaking up with her boyfriend, I think, and she all of a sudden like goes through a wormhole or something.
You want me to
and
give the
goes-
synopsis?
No, I give the best synopsis. And then she
I've heard it so much.
she comes out and there's like all these monsters everywhere, and it's fucking cool. I don't know. It's really good. Chaos said he felt like every Something's Killing Children was too drawn out. Yeah, probably. And then
and that's the thing. I think if you thought the first 15 issues were drawn out, like it really hits the brakes in 16.
Yeah, it does.
I'm just gonna double down on the hate, you know.
And then my pick of the week was Batman Reptilian number 2. The art in that from Liam Sharp is fucking phenomenal. I just don't want to stop reading Batman Reptilian at all. Then that's it. Everybody read Batman Reptilian. I feel like I didn't hear anyone talking about that this week, but it was really fucking good.
Nuts.
Oh, Kyle didn't like Beyond the Breach. What? I'm shocked, man. I feel like we got so much out of it.
I don't know. I've kind of heard the same review, sort of what Kyle's saying there. Like a lot of people were saying it was really good, but it just felt really short and kind of incomplete for a first issue. But there's also a lot of people like you that really like it. So it seems to be like one of those things, like everybody likes it. Some people just feel like it was a little short.
Chaos, we got, I think, an entire issue. I don't remember which one it was, like 9 or maybe number 9, where Mr. Terrific is like explaining in a letter over the top of like people walking around like 90% of the issue on what he discovered, and then the discovery is revealed at the end. That was like a 2-page issue. The rest of the issue was completely fucking worthless. and it was literally like a monologue in a letter. Like that is, if that was in a movie, my mind would have been like blown. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Should we get into it later? Are you ready? Must be that time.
Oh yeah, I'm always ready.
No.
So each week I give 3 fire comic book facts that you're guaranteed not to know unless you already know them or if you've already heard them before. So number 1, Superman debuted in 1938, where minimum wage was 25 cents and Adolf Hitler was Time Magazine's Man of the Year. Number 2, Solomon Grundy first appeared in All American Comics 1944, where carrots were discovered to actually not help most people see in the dark. And Adolf Hitler was definitely not Time Magazine's Man of the Year. And number 3, well, I don't have a third one this week, but maybe next week I will, or maybe I'll have an extra one since I didn't have 4 this week.
It seems the fun facts had a theme this week.
Mm-hmm.
So Chaos said it's not a movie, and it was a great twist. Yeah, I'm saying it wouldn't have worked in the movie at all, and it didn't work in this comic book either. And the only reason it's even partially saved is that it's not a monologue that we're hearing; we're reading it instead. And that's the only reason it even makes it maybe okay, but it's not okay. That's not good storytelling. That's not good storytelling. And I will not read Supergirl either. Like, no, there's no way. I just
still
think,
haven't read Supergirl 2, but the first one was amazing. I enjoyed it.
I think Tom King is basically a genius, but I just don't think he can take his genius and give it to the audience the way he should be able to, or some people can. It's like Christopher Nolan. He can give a movie like Inception, and then he does that dog shit that he did last time with John David Washington. What was that movie called?
Tenet.
Tenet, yeah. It's like that movie was genius, but it wasn't portrayed well at all.
I have that issue with Interstellar. I think that movie was absolutely amazing for like 2/3 of it, and then that ending just absolutely makes it impossible for me to watch it again. Like I hated that ending.
Huh.
It's like, here's all this science stuff, and now it's all the power of love. Like, I'm sorry, what?
I'll tell you what has the power of love is Daddy's toy chest. I reckon that's the most power of love right there, don't you reckon? Just spread some love with some Daddy's toy chest.
You have to love your toy chest.
John, I don't think it's not that I can't understand it. It's that I do understand it, and that I don't think it's being passed off well to the audience. I would love to do like a deep breakdown, but we don't do that here at Whack Comics. So.
No, we do this instead.
Daddy's toy chest. Daddy's toy chest.
Hi, Daddy. This week's Daddy's Toy Chest is brought to you by Promiscuous Time Traveler Kyle. So Promiscuous Time Traveler Kyle, he traveled to the future, which I'm not in, and then to the past, and then told me about Daddy's Toy Chest. So he actually was the one that came up with this. Thank you very much, Kyle, for coming up with Daddy's Toy Chest and being today's sponsor.
Thank you, Daddy Kyle.
Daddy?
Daddy, you first. Go for it.
Oh. So Daddy got a really fun, colorful toy.
Oh, that is colorful, Daddy.
I don't even know what it's called. Daddy got, it's like a Funko soda can. And Daddy opens the soda can and then pulls this out. Daddy doesn't really understand this. No, there's no drink in it. Daddy has no idea why it's in a soda can. But Daddy likes the color. Daddy thinks the color might be better if it was his real colors, but Daddy's wife loves this weird color shit. Don't you, Lisa?
Is that one a chase daddy or is it just a normal one?
No, this is Daddy did not get the chase.
I don't even care about it anymore, daddy. Daddy, what do you got?
So, yes, one of Daddy's favorite properties here, little spider webby, but you know, we like to cross universes. So we got Captain Chuck Simeon from Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys. It's a nice 90s toy that I recently got. It will shoot you in the face if you don't watch out. I didn't learn that from experience. Maybe I did. He's got this awesome vine whip. And so he can hang up right here next to my desk and aim his gun at me all day. And hopefully I don't get hit.
Did Daddy end up getting the rest of the set? Because I know Daddy was talking about it.
Daddy has not acquired the rest of the set yet, but I was actually just thinking yesterday that Daddy may need to get at least one more soon to continue that trend. I'm trying to space it out.
Very nice, daddy.
Or Daddy's trying to space it out.
Does Daddy like any mainstream animated shows that like people have heard of?
Of course. Daddy recently watched some of the new He-Man stuff, Masters of the Universe, Revelations.
What
And that was
Daddy
pretty
think?
interesting.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Daddy has not paid much attention to these kinds of things lately, but he has taken the time to experience things through his 13-year-old. And that's really revealed a lot of a different perspective on things. It made Space Jam New Legacy pretty decent. It made He-Man pretty cool to me. I didn't see all the same complaints a lot of people did because he was so into it. So sometimes it's nice to live vicariously.
There you go, daddy. Well, I've got something for you, daddy. I've got something a little special today for Daddy Toto. I've got a Spider-Man mask.
Why?
Because Daddy loves Spider-Man. Spider-Man's one of Daddy's favorites. Daddies. And you know how much Daddy loves his mask. So.
Daddy took this one out of the box.
Yeah, this one didn't come with a box, Daddy, which is a bit unfortunate.
What?
Didn't come with a box, yeah. So I just had to make do, Daddy. But there you go. That's Daddy's toy chest.
Before we move on, Daddy likes to be critical of comic books, but Daddy's not critical of He-Man or Space Jam 2.
Yeah, well, Daddy didn't watch it for himself completely.
There you go.
I know.
Daddy passed through the room a few times, so
Daddy just wanted to point that out.
Daddy's toy chest. Daddy's toy chest.
That was a fun Daddy's toy chest.
it's hard to not laugh whenever they laugh in the background of that clip.
Well, we've got a new segment that we're debuting today, right now, and it's we're going to test it out on Ryan. And I have to shout out Lady Fantastic for coming up with the idea and the intro and everything on Not Near Men. If you're not subscribed to Not Near Men, go and subscribe. I'm a sometimes member now. I come on there very sometimes.
I thought you were a regular now.
You'll see me sometimes. There's a bracket with sometimes in my name. So that means that sometimes I will be there and sometimes I will not. I might be there tomorrow. I might not be there tomorrow. That's what sometimes means, Tyler. Okay?
Okay.
So, thank you to Lady F for this segment. Let's get into it.
Takeable penis.
So we're asking Ryan if this penis is takeable. Okay?
Yeah, this is the tough question that everyone wants to know about comic books.
There's so many comic book characters that are a bit, they might have a weird penis. So we're going to ask you if it's takeable or not. So the first one we're looking at today is the Thing. Can you tell me, what do you think of the Thing? Is it takeable, yes or no, and why?
Well, I think it's going to be very hard all the time. and so that may be enjoyable to some, but you know, it could be a mismatch on the libido level. So it really depends on the person doing the receiving.
So
Yeah.
would you consider that yes? I guess
Yeah, I didn't
it's
hear a
going to come
definitive
down
yes or no
to
there.
your own thoughts. Would it be? Do you think it would be a takeable penis?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You think so? We've got a yes.
Congratulations to the thing, our first
Yeah.
takeable penis on
The
Congratulations.
thing
Penis
is
show.
thingable.
Yeah.
Also, that's I'm so happy. The first takeable penis, and it's takeable.
Takeable penis.
Good times. I'm glad that we could do that. Thank you again to Lady Fantastic for coming up with that. We had to do it, you know, and I think it worked out all right. I'm glad we can help the community decide if these penises are takeable or not.
We've got a lot of hot takes in the chat. We've got two rigid. I think he meant to say rigid for me. Hard and dry, rough combo, literally.
Yeah.
Rocky cock.
Rocky cock.
See, was more probable to snap. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
That might make it easier, more takeable.
Yeah.
Because if it snaps off, then
you can take it whenever.
Yeah. And that's saying that's why she's blind, so she doesn't see it. She doesn't know if it's takeable. She just has to feel if it's takeable.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Then you wouldn't know if it's takeable until it's too late.
There we go. I'm glad we could come up with that. And you can look forward to takeable penis next week and every other week, because there's a lot of characters out there that have questionable penises, and we want to know if they're takeable or not. Okay, but we have a few segments to get through today, so let's move on to the next one. It was the meme of the moment. It was the meme of the moment. Tyler made another meme. Everybody,
I did. It's the best meme, so here it is.
Inception.
Well, we'll see if it's the best meme.
Can you zoom it in? I can't even read the text. Oh, there we go. Hang on, that's not it. There we go.
There it is. I just bought a comic book for a show I'm going on. It's not for Whack Comics, is it? It's not for Whack Comics, is it? So this is a current meme going on, or it was going on, and now here we are making it too late. But
too late.
We love the prequels here at Whack Comics. What do you think, Ryan? Do you love the prequels?
Not a fan, no.
What? You don't like Jar Jar? We're Jar Jar for life over here.
I'm sorry.
Well, fuck you. It was the meme of the moment. I know we have a let's wait till some other stuff too. I reckon we got to get into our whack hack. I'm really excited to get into a whack hack because Ryan came to us with this whack hack, and I always love when a guest comes in with a hack to be whacked. And so maybe we should kick it off. Hey, what do you reckon? Should we kick it off?
What's a meme, Simon? Oh my god!
Go
eat another.
Doesn't that guy run on memes?
He runs on pie. What's he eat? Meat pie and curd pie or something?
Some sort of custardish pie.
Disgusting.
It's not a Vegemite pie.
Oh my god! Can you imagine?
That would be terrible.
Warning, no good comics were harmed in this video.
Hello everyone, welcome to Whack Comics. I'm here with my co-host as always, Tyler, and new guy fucking Ryan, the Cosmic Campfire. How you going, guys?
I'm going so good.
So we got a special fucking whack hack today, a really special one. Ryan has brought us this whack hack, so I'm gonna let Ryan start us off and explain it.
Woohoo! So I've been told that I hate comics, and I think as the chat has kind of proven here, I seem to hate everything. But in my defense, I will say that I have never hated something without giving explanation and reason. So I think what I would do well at is editing a comic book. So I thought today we should do a whack hack of some comic books. I chose a book that I really like the content and the message behind, not a fan of the delivery. So I thought, hey, let's do some editing. So we're gonna do this whack hack style. And the book that I chose is called Home. And this book came out. It's about a family from Guatemala. They're trying to cross the border right there at Reynosa and into McAllen. This is a place I'm familiar with, and an issue that I'm familiar with being in South Texas and everything. And so this book kind of rubbed me wrong because they did a couple things that I just felt were like not really true to the area and the style. So one thing I didn't care for, you can see here, they're crossing the border at the Reynosa McAllen crossing. Reynosa right now is going through a lot with cartels. So when you cross the border right there, it actually does not look like that. There's a lot of soldiers there because the cartels are kind of messing things up there. So I went ahead and I got myself a little hot sauce so that we can spice up things a little bit. I mixed it with some glue. So we're going to add some soldiers to this scene of them crossing the border because that absolutely, it is not that nice there. That's a part of the border, and I've crossed it a couple places along the border. This is definitely a more soldier-friendly area because the cartels are real bad right there. So we're going to put a couple soldiers right here at the border and make sure that we kind of spice it up a little bit with this hot sauce and this glue so that it looks more accurate to real life. So now we got a couple of soldiers here.
Oh my gosh, they can just stand right on top of those people.
Yeah. I mean, you got to keep the people underfoot, right? Otherwise, they get out of hand. That's what soldiers do best, right? I also didn't care for. There's this character in here, and he speaks Spanish. He's at the border. My wife actually has a cousin that is a border patrol, and so he talks a lot about how they have to deal with the situation like you're Hispanic, you're at the border, you're patrolling along the border, and so you're dealing with these people that your goal is ultimately, you relate to them, you have family on the other side of the border, and so you're kind of a ambassador and a diplomat down there. And this guy in this book, he speaks Spanish, so they use him to communicate with the people that are crossing. What I don't like about him is he just like shoves them through this door. He has no humanity to him. So he's a terrible character for this book because his boss is the asshole. So why is this guy not trying to at least be friendly in some way? So I gave him some new dialogue here. Instead of just pushing him through the door, he's like, hey, I don't want it to be this way. But some things have changed recently. I also have one other issue with him. He continuously asks her if she listened to the news. Why? Why? Comic books are a medium that are very limited in what they can do with dialogue. And so to me, if you're going to have the guy ask the same question that means nothing 3 or 4 times in one issue, then you're wasting your dialogue. So what's the point? You're not giving him any character growth. He just keeps asking her if she listened to the news, and she keeps saying, no, I was busy walking without a radio. How would I know what was on the news?
Maybe he's a big fan of the news and just can't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Could be, that's very true. I didn't think about that, but I went ahead and gave him some new dialogue where he basically says, hey, I understand that you didn't listen to the news, so here's the gist of things.
So he explained it instead of asking the same question 4 times?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. But he loves the news.
He loves the news. I know, but we're going to give him a little character growth along the way,
Yeah, he's learning now.
It's like that Cubs fan at work that's like, did you see the Cubs game last night? It's like, no, I've never fucking watched the Cubs game in my life. But the next day, he's going to ask me again.
Yeah, and so the one other issue I had with this book is they did a pure translation, right? So anything in Spanish is just in red, and they write it in pure English. And anything in South Texas, anything in northern Mexico along the border, it's going to be kind of spicy. So I'm just going to add a little hot sauce to a couple of these little dialogue balloons here. And hopefully that'll spice up the dialogue and give it a little flavor because as it is, it just has no flavor. Are you doing okay, baby? No. She'll say, are you doing okay, hijo? Like it's gonna be spicy. So we're gonna hopefully if we mix the hot sauce into the book, it'll just kind of fix the dialogue a bit itself and give it some flavor. So we're gonna add that. And then the last thing I want to do, I have this newly edited comic book. So now I can reread the book, right? But I don't want to read it all boring like. So we're gonna make sure we have our chicharrones. We're gonna have ourselves a little snack while we're reading. And that, my friends, is how you edit a book, a comic book, and make it better than what it previously was.
That's fantastic. You know, out of that whole time, there were so many good moments, like when you added the soldiers and then you added the spicy dialogue. But my favorite part of it was when how you say Guatemala, because I can't say it like you. Yeah, I could literally just listen to you say that all day. Say it a few more times.
Guatemala.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that's been better on Whack Comics than that.
Do you know what Ignacio is saying here?
Yeah, can you read that?
No,
I
don't know what that first word is.
Something about
how do you not? Something about being. He's like, how do you not understand? Traductor real. I don't know what that word means either.
If I use Bing,
but you know how to use Google. Yeah, to translate on Google.
Yeah.
Bing how do you edit a comic book, Tyler? Have you got
okay, so weirdly, I picked one of the best comics that I know Chaos and Comics has to fucking like because it's written by the King himself, Tom King.
Of course.
So this is a perfect series, perfect issue, but there was only one thing missing from it, and that was Italian people. There weren't enough Italian people in Heroes in Crisis. I just felt like when I was reading, I was like, "Where's the Italian? Where's the Italian?" Like I really could have used some like Brad Pitt Italian. So I'm gonna take some Italian Walmart brand olive oil. I'm just gonna spray it right here. And once it starts fogging up the room, that's when you know you've put enough on. And then I've got Italian seasoning. That I'm just going to sprinkle on there. And then, and oh my God, that's really strong by itself. And now it'll magically change the words to like ciao and Guatemala. Isn't that Lisa? What's another word? What's the word I said earlier?
Lasagna.
Lasagna. But you can really do it to any page you'd like that you want it to be a little bit more Italian. Oh, buongiorno. And prego, and bellissimo.
Pregnant, right?
That is not. So that's it. So basically, I've just made this more Italian. Smells really good. My room smells like olive oil, which is great. And now it just it has a little bit more diversity to this perfect book, according to Chaos and Comics.
Well, I've got a bit of a whack hack. I've gone for Berserker because I know that this is going to be a Netflix show and stuff like that. So I'm editing it as I'm thinking of who's going to direct this movie. Okay. And who I would like to direct this movie is one of my all-time favorite directors, Michael Bay. And Michael Bay is a great director. I love the explosions. One of my favorite parts of the Michael Bay movie is the explosions. So I think how I would take this comic book and make it more of a Michael Bay comic book or like for a Michael Bay movie. I'll take this one page out here with a nice big explosion. Okay, I'm just going to take this out. And we're going to use... What you want to do is get yourself around 24 issues or so of Berserker. Get yourself 24 issues.
The same one?
The same one. Because you're going to need 24 copies of this one page is what you really want to do, okay? Because what we're going to do now, we're just going to get another issue of it. and we'll tape this on the inside here, and we'll do that over and over and over again until the whole comic book is just that page. So it takes a bit of time. So here is one I prepared earlier. All right. So now this looks more like a Michael Bay sort of movie. You know,
oh my god!
This would be something that Michael Bay would want to direct. Yeah, it's the same page, just over and over.
Boom, boom, boom.
Really, it's almost like a Michael Bay, Christopher Nolan crossover here, where we're getting explosions incepted.
Yeah. And it has the best dialogue. It says, "I never have thoughts of suicide. Well, I haven't for a long time," and you can just read that over and over again. Haven't had thoughts about suicide.
Let us keep seeing it. Are there even more? How many pages are there?
There's a lot of pages, and this is an oversized issue. I think I'm going to skip a page there. Look,
that's easily like 32 pages.
Keep on going here. Every single page of this comic book is now this explosion.
Kind of reminds me of the end of the Doctor Strange movie, also.
Yeah,
you're just gonna like live in eternal torture over and over again.
All you really want is that one explosion, because Michael Bay. So if you have a nice flick through now, all you've got is that explosion. And I honestly think this make for a better read, a bit of a quicker read, a more action-packed read, if you will, as well. And I definitely think if you were to chuck this comic book on Michael Bay's table and say, "Hey, we want to adapt this," he would say no more. Say no fucking more. That's what Michael Bay would say. But
there you go. You should be the pitch man.
That's the whack hacks for this week. We hope that you've learned something new, and thanks for coming.
That's all, folks. Hold on, let me look at the camera. That's all, folks. Steffi, get out of the way. I need some room. And that's all, folks.
I have to thank Bruce and Stephanie for that outro. We'll be using that for a good minute though. But if this, by the way, I just want to put it out there. This issue of Berserker is available for purchase. I should have said that earlier, but I'll add it now. If you want to buy this one-of-a-kind issue of Berserker, hit me up on the DMs. Slide into the DMs. As the
same page over and over. Damn, man. Wonder if that would be if it has all the pages, like as many pages. If they counted them out, I wonder if it could still get like a regular grade.
Yeah, it's a lot heavier too. After I did it, I thought maybe I should have just made the whole comic book out of those 2 pages instead of taping them on top of it, because now it's like double thick. But I don't know. It's probably better now because it's stronger. It's a thicker book. You could do some damage with this fucking thing.
I mean, I only read the first issue, but if that's the first trade, I might actually go for it. Seems better.
That's almost like a misprint, like an on-purpose misprint. It might be worth more.
And all it cost was like 22 issues of Berserker. Pretty cheap.
Oh, Kyle said he'll buy it. Ship it with your art.
All right. Well, DM me. We'll talk about prices. Okay. Not just letting you know, I haven't mentioned the price yet because it's going to be steep. Okay, and this is a bit heavier than so you have to pay.
Well, it's not even the price of the book; it's the shipping.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think he bought 24 books for that one book to exist.
Exactly. Yeah. So a lot of book in that one book. Get it signed. Oh, that's a good idea. Get it signed.
I wonder if Keanu would sign that one. I know he's only supposed to sign the 1 in 1,000, but this is like 1 in a million.
Yeah. This one doesn't exist anywhere else. It's just that one thing.
Oh, Dale said I could draw Sonic on it. I mean, I don't think Sonic's in it though. That would make sense.
It could maybe on like one of the pages, just to keep people on their toes.
Like, was that Sonic? And then they flip it, and they're like, "Oh no, Sonic must not have been there." I don't know.
That way, when you hit like that mid-story lull, you kind of get Sonic in there to pep them back up.
Yeah.
Another 24 copies? No, I'm not. I told you how to make it if you want to make one. Anyone else wants to make one. But
see, 1 in a million.
1 in a million.
Right.
Can you imagine if there was a 1 in a million variant?
A lot of dollary dudes.
How many dollary dudes?
Doomsday Clock. Everyone was in Doomsday Clock. That fucking Doomsday Clock was amazing.
I think I've got Doomsday Clock near me. No.
But I think I can hear something, Tyler. Can you hear that?
Oh yeah, I hear it.
We're live with breaking news.
Hey, yeah, breaking news. Water is tasty. It's July, August, so hottest part of the year. Make sure you go outside, drink plenty of water, make sure you stay hydrated, and that'll make it easier and more refreshing to read your comics.
We're live with breaking news. Wow.
Health concerns with Wack Comics. It's something we've always been missing. Maybe we need a health segment.
A health segment? Yeah, just like giving a health tip of the week.
Yeah,
I mean, Whack Health has a pretty solid ring to it. Yeah, Whack Health tips.
I wonder if we'll have to contact like the FDA or anything to give health tips.
As long as you don't promote any kind of like weirdo Gatorade or anything, some Brondo or something, you know.
I don't know what Brondo is, but I love Gatorade.
It's what plants like. It's got what plants need.
Ryan,
the sun?
Ryan, I've heard you like drugs. Okay. I'm not going to say what drugs specifically, but I heard that you like to take drugs and lots of them. At one time you were on YouTube when you were taking drugs and talking about Tyler, and I've got a clip of it.
It was nice to see it was nice to see the Tyler behind the Tyler, you know. It was nice to see it was nice to see the Tyler behind the Tyler, you know. It was nice to see the Tyler behind the Tyler, you know.
You shouldn't do drugs on YouTube. I'm just saying.
Well, I didn't see me doing anything in that clip. It was
trippy though. That was trippy.
Yeah. Well, pretty trippy. Well, I like to see the Tyler behind the Tyler. It was tripping balls. That's what that was.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what that was from. What was that?
Me neither.
You were talking about seeing the Tyler behind the Tyler one time that you. I remember you were talking about that time that you and Tyler met up in a hotel in Indiana, and didn't invite me, and you just got really close and personal, and you went inside Tyler and got to see the Tyler inside the Tyler behind the Tyler. In front of the Tyler. You went inside, behind, and in front of all of the Tylers.
I think we had collectively forgot about that on account of all the drugs.
All those drugs. All of those. I took, what do they call it? Mary Jane. It's kind of like a Spider-Man reference. I took a lot of Mary Jane, and I took a lot of the grass. I think that's what those people call it. Like in Indiana, we just like the grass and the rocks,
the lawn trimmings. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cosmic LSD campfire. I like that.
That would be amazing.
Just drop the cosmic. Just LSD
campfire. Yeah, it's required if you. I don't know. It depends. I think if you whack it enough, it's like doing drugs, and you don't even need to do drugs. But if you can't whack as much as Tyler and I, you have to do drugs to keep up with how much we whack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Gives you extra energy.
A little bit, a bit of an extra boost to keep up with the whack. You know, like Tyler and I, we had blisters, but now they've turned into calluses, and we're, you know, we can whack.
We can whack twice as much.
My hands are incredibly soft.
We've whacked 24 hours at one time. Well, I whacked 24 hours and Tyler whacked 23, but it was still a pretty decent effort from Tyler.
Yeah, that's still a while. I mean, it's a while longer than normal.
It's a while longer than most. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We just did it again this past weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't there the whole time, but Chris and Roscoe were on C3. I think how much did we end up raising? Like over 8,000. I know that. Yeah, 8,395.
Insane.
That is crazy.
You'll be worth your weight in chicken the more you whack.
Yeah, that was a C3 reference.
Oh, yes, of course.
Because I was talking. Honestly, I like the taste of raw chicken. It's more chewy. My wife loves. Lisa, don't you love raw chicken? She loves raw chicken.
I always say salmonella is the best seasoning.
I don't think all chicken has salmonella. I think it's kind of like a myth that they push on you to try to get you to cook your chicken when you can really just like take a good bite.
Yeah. It burns more calories too. You gotta chew a bit more, and so it
also
exercise.
slides down. It kind of, since it's like
Yeah.
slimy, it like slides down your throat.
Yeah, that's true.
Lisa, come talk about uncooked chicken. Yeah, you have to. This is important. Lisa's
It's part of
coming to give
Whack Health
because-
segment.
Yeah, this is what we've been eating lately is more uncooked chicken. We're because that was what we were talking about on C3, how you don't actually have to cook the chicken before you fry it.
Yeah.
Here. We're talking about uncooked chicken, how it's enjoyable.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
No.
So, what's the
Tom.
best way to prepare an uncooked chicken,
I
Lisa?
can hear shit in these. What?
Listen.
What's the
You have
best
to-
way to prepare an uncooked chicken?
You don't. You have to like cook it
You
all
don't
the way
prepare it at all?
through.
That's probably the best part about an uncooked chicken. No preparation. You've sold me already.
I know, right?
Tyler's so gross. No. I have a thing with chicken. So when we buy it, I have to take it out of the package. And I really need to get some gloves, like rubber gloves, because I hate touching it.
Oh, I love touching raw chicken.
So I put it away
You don't
in
like
like
touching raw
Ziploc bags, freeze it, and then I have to disinfect the countertops and everything. Just everything that I possibly could have touched. I was like, oh my god,
She's
no.
killing all the
But
seasoning.
I always leave a little bit of pink, even when I just to like give it a little more flavor.
That's because you're weird.
No, because you like it.
No.
What
Yeah.
kind of gloves do you wear when you're doing the chicken? Are they fingerless gloves?
I can't hear.
Are they fingerless gloves?
When you're
No.
preparing the chicken, when you put the chicken in the bags for the freezer, are you wearing fingerless gloves when you do it?
I need to glove up.
So what happens when you actually cook it?
It doesn't look pink.
Yeah.
It's all white.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
but you said when you bring it home from the store, you have to repackage it with gloves and then disinfect the countertops. So when you take it out to unprepare it to eat for dinner, then what happens? Do you have to re-disinfect?
He's confusing me.
Ryan's asking, why do you package it and then take it back out? Do you have to re-disinfect it when you take it back out?
No, because it's frozen.
It's not slimy
Oh,
anymore.
okay.
I guess.
Yeah, it's frozen. So-
Lisa, Soul Twice is asking what you want to draw, but I think we already know a raw chicken. Would you like a raw chicken?
Raw
drawing?
chicken.
No.
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 Okay.
Chicken's so
Do you-
scary.
Anything else that you would like?
Lisa is here to finally show us that even for her, Tyler sucks. Thank you, Ignacio.
Here we go.
Yep.
So what about fish? Does fish bother you?
No, I love fish. Which is really weird
So
because
fish is okay, but not chicken. All right.
right. It's so weird. So weird.
Hey,
But
Miracle
chicken
Man, we're
live
always
on the
fine.
ground.
Before we lose Lisa here, does anyone in the chat have any important questions for Lisa? Or Ryan? Ryan, do you have any important questions for Lisa? Yeah, this is my wife. I remember one time I brought her on and didn't say it was my wife, and Stephanie yelled at me for that.
Good.
So this is Lisa,
I'm glad she did.
this is Lisa, my first wife.
Don't worry, you'll get it right the second time.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No, I don't see any questions yet.
I think this is just a statement. Raw chicken wearing gloves.
Yeah,
That's a statement.
it's very ambiguous.
Freaky Louie says, Lisa, how do you do it? I'm assuming that's referring to put up with me.
A lot of alcohol.
You don't drink a lot of alcohol. A lot of raw chicken.
Not that you know.
You're the nurse of the asylum. I think that's the situation.
Did everyone like my Mad Hatter that you stole?
I didn't. I thought I wanted a chase, and it's not a chase, so I didn't care for it.
He definitely claimed it as his own.
Yeah.
Next time,
just
try harder to pick a chase.
I just wanted a colorful one.
Lisa, what's your favorite Disney merch?
Favorite Disney merch? It's probably all my Mad Hatter Funkos that I have. He's my favorite to collect. He's one of my favorite characters. Yeah, it's my favorite. I do Stitch too, but everybody does Stitch. But I think the Mad Hatter is kind of underwhelming for what he is.
This is the whack comics we all wanted.
What do you think about Cubs cleaning house?
Oh, they're hooking sports now. All right, bye.
No, stay here. We only have 1 hour left.
Oh no, I'm not staying here for an hour talking about sports.
No, we don't have to talk about sports. We can talk about chicken.
We can go back to raw chicken.
Yeah.
No, done with
I don't like
chicken.
sports either.
Chicken's scary.
I like to cut up the chicken, put them all between my fingers.
All right, I'm done. Have fun. Bye, guys.
Bye, Lisa. Take care.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
You're mean to your wife.
How am I mean to my wife?
You're mean to your wife.
No, I'm not.
All right, we're gonna start wrapping this up. We've gone over an hour. Ryan, we're gonna let you give yourself a plug. Tell the people where they can find you, what you're doing, what you look like in between Tyler's legs.
I look amazing. What are you talking about? I'm on YouTube. You can find me under Cosmic Campfire. Pretty simple search. I just dropped a video today, so hopefully that ranks well in the search, and you guys can find me. Give me a subscribe. Hit the notification bell. If you just want to talk in general and hear about how much I hate comics all the time, you can definitely find me on Discord in the burrito, the comic burrito server. So check those guys out. It's a lot of fun over there. We talk a lot. Ignacio's part of that. So there's at least one person that's talking good about comics while I'm hating on them nonstop. So that's most of where you can find me right now.
Awesome.
Lisa, Miracle Man told me I need to get you flowers, but you don't like flowers, right?
That is not true at all.
Yeah, she said she hates flowers. Sorry, Miracle Man.
All right. Thanks to everyone that joined us in the chat. Anyone that's watching the replay, that's fine. Appreciate you all. Thanks heaps, Ryan, for coming on, man. It was great.
Yeah, thank you.
Have you on.
I had a blast.
It was a fun whack hack. I'm glad we could.
Thank you for inviting me.
Show everyone how to edit a comic book and stuff like that. It was a great time.
Yeah, I'm excited to read this one again and enjoy it this time.
Yeah, I can't wait to see your review as well.
Yeah.
The link for Brian's channel is in the description below, so go and subscribe if you're not already. We're going to let Freaky Louie play us out as always. Oh, wait, Tyler, do you have anything to say?
No, of course not.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Check out Whack and Shattered Glass, or you won't see their comics trash. You see them whacking on the floor, you ain't gonna whack the same no more. Whackity whack. 3 fun facts. You see them whacking in your room. Let's see those comics to their doom. TikTok takeover overnight. Comics clean and sanitized. Whackity whack. Don't whack back.
It was nice to see. It was nice to see the Tyler behind the Tyler. You know. It was nice to see. It was nice to see the Tyler behind the Tyler. You know. It was nice to see. It was nice to see the Tyler behind the Tyler. You know.